Hi everyone, Lensman Oz here. Episode 19, Modular Mayhem Let's Play series. Right, so I did a couple of things that I said I was going to do in the previous episode. I've now hooked up natural gas to this. I don't think it's starting to use it yet. Oh, we're just about to get down there. So pretty soon it'll kick over and start using natural gas, and this level will probably drop it, and then it'll start working as well. All I've done, obviously you can see I've just added this extra pipe and just disabled that one. So we can switch between them when needed. What else? Downstairs, oh, you can see I've put a little bit of concrete around here. I'm not finished, but just trying to tidy things up a bit, make things a little bit pretty. Yeah. Downstairs is the main changes, and pretty evident straight away. I've moved the autocrafter from here. Just need to patch that hole in the floor. I've added a ceiling, which I'm a little bit annoyed about because now that I've pointed it out, people will go, "Oh, fix the ceiling." No, the Galacticraft cable runs under here, I think it is, and it's not obviously multi-part compatible, I guess. So that won't sink in. But yeah, you get that. And I just need to make another hollow cover for in there. Obviously, this goes through behind where the Tesseract is. I haven't moved the Tesseract. I did get rid of the immersive integration wire ME thing that I had here, because every time I load into the game it breaks and I have to reattach the cable. So I decided, no, stuff it, and ran a cable through. Actually, I ran it from over here. So I'll explain this in a second. So autocrafting now there's a dense cable running across here, connecting up to the system for the smelters and the dusts, and then it runs behind the wall here. And these are pretty much just the assemblers behind here. Dense cable comes down and goes across either way. Comes down here, and then I run a cable either way. I'm only going to put the four interfaces on each of these, so you can, if you're down here while it's crafting, you'll be able to see stuff popping up and going away. I made a second CPU, crafting CPU. Still haven't made co-processors for it though, but I figure, we can get a few on each line here. I'll be able to run them along, maybe even sync the cable into the floor instead and just have them sitting here. Not sure. Maybe in the wall. I don't know. I just like the clean look with it all sunk in, hiding. So I've started moving some of the patterns, and I pretty much have made it so that each one has one pattern so far. It's always better to spread them out, that way, each unit can be doing something different. So to facilitate that, I've got the interface terminal here, and you can go through and see that here's all the assemblers. There's 16 interfaces on the assemblers down there, so four per one, or 4 each for 4, 16. So yeah, I've just put a pattern in each one so far, and obviously we've still got heaps of patterns to do. Pretty much I've got it so it can autocraft cable. It'll autocraft all the pure seeds and stuff now. Interfaces, the cores, quartz glass, and blank patterns, and then I've got these two storage components. The growth chamber will do all the different types of crystal, including fluix and the pures. And then we've got the dusts. So these dusts now, and as I mentioned in the last episode, I wasn't able to use, I think it was fluix, and I wasn't able to use the quartzes. Some of the quartzes weren't working. Iskandar's changed it, and it will be updated in the next version of the pack. He sent me through the file so I could have it work on mine at the moment. So as I said, next update it'll all be working. But before the Certus quartz was working in the crusher here, but nether quartz actually worked in the grinder. So what he's done is he's moved it so that they're all on the grinder now, and they all work properly. So under here, I've got these patterns in here. So the fluix dust, Certus quartz dust, and nether quartz dust, pretty much. it just throws them into this chest, puts it into this grinder. I've got it in the filter on top here. So you can see I've put the nether quartz, fluix, and Certus quartz. That's the ore dictionary names for them. Oops. So they go into this one, crush it up, runs through the system, and back in through the interface down there. So yeah, a fair bit of changes, nothing over the top. Now this little unit downstairs, I hadn't used Engineer's Toolbox too much, and honestly, it took me half an hour to get this thing to work properly. So what my biggest issue was, I'd put the wrong output on it. So this is just a grinder, a basic grinder, and the reason I've got it here is to make sand from cobble, because the Magneticraft one doesn't accept cobble to turn it into sand. So I just threw this little system in here. This is so the sockets on it are, there's an input on the top, there's a power input underneath. So we'll just go to Engineer's Toolbox. So you need the modular socket, wherever it's hiding. There, you need one of these. So that requires the power management device, which is this. They're fairly simple recipes actually. Electronic circuit, chest, bucket, and one of these machine chassis. And then it needs modules. So I've got an item input on it, which is just a trapdoor and a blank module. When I first made it, I accidentally made a spruce trapdoor somehow. I didn't know there was a difference, but it wouldn't work. It has to be basically an oak trapdoor, a vanilla Minecraft one. So that's item input. I've got, and I picked one of these item outputs, which is the wrong one. I needed machine output. So this is a machine output, hopper, dispenser, and a blank module. There's a grinder on the front. So some emery on those power management things, diamond. I've got an energy input, which is this one here, or you can use copper or gold nuggets, either way. And yeah, and this one on the side is just like which one was it? I think it's this one here, inventory interface. I put it on there while I was trying to work out why it wouldn't eject. And then yeah, it wasn't until I started going through these one by one. If you hold shift here, it says, you see in the yellow, outputs to machine output. So I was trying to have just an item output when it needed that machine output. So hidden in the corner here's a door, just a carpenter's door. So I can show you some of the cabling behind the wall here. So I started using more of the Galacticraft cabling. I'm not sure what it can transmit, but you know, it was just a bit neater rather than running the wires everywhere. That still goes over to that system over there, and now this cable here goes this way and over down there instead of the wired one. And as I said, the Tesseract is still behind the wall here, along with some power cabling and bits and pieces. So I'll probably tidy this area up a bit more too, and eventually. But I just wanted to make the basement all nice and neat and tidy. The ceiling is laboratory blocks, just chiseled. And yeah, so that's that so far. Now, one of the other things that Iskandar so graciously did for me was fix the problem I was having with getting sawdust. And hopefully what he sent me will work. We can now make the sawmill again. So he re-enabled the sawmill. And the main reason it broke was when Immersive Engineering did its last update, it seemed to remove the ability to just throw logs in to get sawdust out. Planks, I think planks and sawdust, or sawdust, but it removed it. If you watch Iskandar's video, you'll see in one of his episodes he did this. He made the battery, and I'm pretty sure he used the Immersive Engineering grinder. So what we're going to do now is we will make one of these. Glass. So it's going to have to craft four sand because I'm very low on sand. I've got a fair bit of cobble, but very low on sand. So it's all automatic now. So it'll be down there grinding some cobble up and then sending it over to that furnace. Sorry about that. To turn into glass. Oh, that was smart. Make 3. Right, so sawmill. What else do I need? I'm going to need an iron axe. I may as well make that quickly. And I'm going to need one of them, redstone reception coil, and 2 copper gears. So I think I've got what I need, really. Alright, machine frame, sawmill. Kind of running out of space in here. I'm just going to throw it here. And then get rid of that. We got one of them. Just hook this up. One of the other things I did do in between episodes is I've made full sets of upgrades here, so speed and energy for both of them. Oh, hang on. No, I needed 2 more energy. I made extra 2 speed accidentally. But this goes a lot quicker now for if I need to just quickly grind something down. Right, so sawmill. It's filling up with power. What do we got in here? You know what? Let's put that back. Just go grab a stack from outside. And I'll run a stack through the sawmill. It should give us enough, hopefully give us enough sawdust. Excellent. It's gonna be fairly quick. So obviously I need 8 of these. Actually I need a bunch. So pretty much the idea is that 8 turns into compressed sawdust. So with that Zeta Industries big battery, there it is. For the battery controller, how far did I get with that? So I made the multimeter, which is like so, and I needed the compressed sawdust. So, and I will need another one, but we can make, yay, battery controller. So I need one of them, so there's only one controller per battery. And then we need to make, where is it? Power tap. So I want to make 2 of these, I think. So we're going to need some more hardened glass. And some lead. I've got lead dust still. Right. Sitting in here. Actually goes quicker than the hopper can push it in, which is excellent. Almost quicker. Very, very close. So some of that and some of that. That should get us some hardened glass. But yeah, that's so much quicker now. I'm not sure what it does to the power. It definitely smashes through what you've asked it to do, which is great. But yeah, I really don't know what it does to my power. Alright, so 2 of these. So I still need some more of that sawdust. Oops, let's get rid of the wood. And that and that. And I might just throw my cables and some of my stuff away that I was using. So, alright. Bit of a cleaner inventory. So, what have we got? Sawdust. I have lots of wood. But necessity. And I'm sure I'll use the wood later. Okay, well let's go power tap 1, 2. And then we need electrodes. So, these blocks of graphite. I'm pretty sure yes. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how tall I'm going to do. I might just make a basic sort of 5 by 5 size. So, I have to do some maths now. That's terrible. So we're going to need about 3 high, so we need what, 6? That'll be right. Where's it? Charcoal. Yeah, let's just cook up a. Oh, yeah, bugger. 43. Excellent. That'll do. And you can see how quick this is too. I mean, it's excellent. It just smashes through it. That one's obviously a little bit more inefficient in that it doesn't have the last 2 upgrades. Okay, actually, I'm gonna have to do bigger than I wanted to do. But pretty much, I want a side here. I'm gonna make some more tesseract frames. Do I? Yeah, I did make some more of the endarium in between. I'm not sure exactly how much I made. Hopefully enough. Wow, really? We needed battery walls, which needs tesseracts too. It's terrible. And compressed sawdust. But it gives me 16. Where's that sawdust? Right, okay. We're getting there somewhere. So, 2 of them. Hey. So what I'm going to do is I will grab the materials I think I'm going to need, and I'll be back with you in just a tick. Okay, now I've done a bit of crafting, made a few bits and pieces, a bit more sawdust, that sort of stuff. The last thing I want to do is I want to use the sulfurous acid because it's a battery. It requires a liquid inside it. So you can see here I made some battery glass too. I'm going to put that on the front. And that's this tesseract frame, as all of them are, and an illuminator frame. So the illuminator frames, nether quartz, 2 hardened glass, and signalum, which 3 copper dust, silver dust, and a bucket of redstone. So I made a bit of that. Made 2 lots of the glass. Now I want to make sulfurous acid. Now I've made it one lot so far, just to make sure I didn't stuff it up on camera. I'm going to make 2 more lots, I think. And the way you do it is out here. Now, I made a little hardened portable tank. Now you get this sulfur block, which, as you saw from the recipe, was 8 sulfur and 1 gunpowder on top. You put it in a 3x3 and you light it on fire. Now it doesn't explode or anything, but you know, we're making something that's, I guess, poisonous. I don't want to step in there. I don't know whether it has side effects. So, and this makes this sulfurous acid. So we're just going to throw a bit in this tank. Not, oops, bit of lag. Right, so that's 16 buckets. I'll make 1 more lot, just because. One of the other things I did in between episodes, while I'm going through this, I went for a big trek, and I mean a big trek. I went all the way up here, went out here, and back around, just looking and getting prepared for when we do chromatocraft, because I've actually now discovered all of the colors. And the way you do that is by getting close to the pylons, pretty much is the easiest way. With the elemental manipulator, you can actually stand just far enough away that if you're quick, you won't get zapped. And then you point at the little glowing ball at the top, and hold down right click, or right mouse button, and it will draw in power into that wand. I'll show you quickly. You can see top left corner there, all the colours are fairly lit up except for one or two there. I'm not sure if they're full or not, or whether it's just the colour is a bit too dark. But as I was saying, what you can do is you get this, and right there at the top where my target is, you point at that point, and if you're close enough, it will actually draw energy into this little manipulator. So we will get onto a chromatographed episode, but I just decided I was getting a bit frustrated with what was going on over here and cabling and stuff, and I went, oh, I'm going for a walk. Right, now where am I going to put this battery? I kind of want it, by putting this here, I've limited my options, I think. It's going to be a fairly big item. I do kind of want to just sink it into the wall. I've got a power line running across here, but if I put it here, I'm going to block that walkway thing behind there. Probably end up connecting a tesseract to power it up. Put a couple of tesseracts on top, maybe. Don't really have it. Oh, I could put it here, because that's not really being fed by that. It's kind of just, it's being fed by a cable underneath it. So I could put a tesseract right there. Let's just quickly check here. So now a natural gas. Right, so that should have changed this. So now we're full of light oil again. I don't think I'm going to win this battle. Which one was light oil? That one's got heavy oil. So if I now disable that and re-enable that one, when the light oil runs down, when the gas runs down, the light oil will take over. Okay, yep. So let's just put it. Oh, bugger it. Let's put it over here in the wall. So it's going to be a 5x5. I don't want to break too much of my system here. Right, should be alright. So if I go back a bit, let's just make a bit of a hole. It's not that big, but try and I'm going to sink it into the floor one, like so. So that's going to be the size of it there, and then it's going to extend up. So I will need to remove some of this, get rid of that, and just, yeah, as I said, just moving some stuff, give myself some space to work. Right, so first things first is we get the battery wall. I'm probably going to need to make more of this ice, I really do believe. And no, that's 4x4. What am I doing? I was right. Bigger. You can tell I'm already going to need more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to be this tall. Like that. And I'll fill in the back wall and the two side walls. Give me an indication of how much more I'm going to need. I'm going to need at least one more lot. Because on the top, let's see, I'm going to put the controller, where are you? Power tap, controller. controller's going to go there. And I've got the 8 glass. 3, 4, 6. So if we go glass, glass. And then I can put this there. Battery taps. I'm going to go here and here. So I'm going to quickly just go and grab. Let's just go and grab another lot of battery wall, so we can build it all in one hit. Hopefully, I've got everything I need. Battery wall. No, I need one more. Oh, I'm going to need more sawdust, and I need more enderium. Oh, there it is. Thought I'd made more. So, did I have any more sawdust? No. Right. It's funny because you don't get a lot. You only get one per craft pretty much. So it takes a while. I'll let that go. We'll go and start filling this unit up. So I guess obviously it doesn't have the same fluid dynamics as water. So you do need to put one per thing. So I'm going to need one more. Well, maybe not, because I reckon I'm going to be one bucket short. Right, so next level is glass, glass, glass. Now I don't know if I need to... Let's try this. 1, 2, and the thing on top, 1, 2. So I only needed the 4. I didn't need to go all the way down. So let's do one there, one there, one there, one in the middle. Gotta get this front one. I'm gonna do this without damaging myself. Yep. Okay. So let's see. Oh. Let's go and make that. Hopefully we'll have enough sawdust. Need 16. 16 sawdust. 21. Awesome. Oop. Bit of the wood, marble, limestone, dirt. Right. So I need 2 of these. 1, 2. That's where they go. Wall. Like so. Excellent. I'm going to need that. So let's head back down. And what have we got left? 8. Are we going to have enough? Right, so put them away. Battery wall. Still have those couple of power taps and the glass. Right, so wall, wall, wall. Let's put... Hopefully I can do this without, as I said before, overflowing. So glass, glass, glass. Can I still reach? Yes. Let's do this front one first. Need 2 more buckets. And have 1 extra. Right. On top here goes these. Now, if you shift right click, you can change the way that it is. So plus is in, minus is out. And then we need 3, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. So what can this hold? 3.4 giga RF. So what's that? 3.45 billion RF. That's a little bit of power. Just a little. So that's a big battery. We need to hook up power to it, which, as I said, I'm just going to throw a couple of tesseracts up there, and because it's definitely a tight squeeze. I probably could run a cable, but you know what? That's a little bit more than I want to deal with at the moment. So we'll run tesseracts. I will make two. Oh, actually, looking at the time, pretty close to wrapping up point. I'll make the tesseracts in between episodes, and I'll work out. I reckon it's going here. This thing doesn't quite. I don't really need it now. Break. Axe better? Yep, axe is better. As you can see, there was a cable there. It wasn't actually connected to this side, so if I take that cable out of there, some concrete back, put a tesseract on top, and we can have it pushing its power out to down there, and then, or I might even move. Nah, I don't want to move it. I'm gonna have to rerun all this pipe work unless I tesseracted that in. But anyway, so once we've hooked this up, we actually don't need these capacitors because it'll hold enough power down there. But yeah, as I said, once we get to that, it'll be a bit of a rearrangement of our power system so that we can better use the storage capability. I probably will end up moving this, and you know, I might end up putting it back through the wall here or something, and then using a tesseract to link everything up. We've got battery storage. We'll have the power generator over here, or heaven forbid, somewhere around here. I'll work out, maybe in the floor, or because you don't need too much. You don't need to see it. It's because it's so modular. You can do whatever you like. Maybe I'll build a hidden room in behind here. Put the generator back there. Run all the pipes directly from underneath. Or we could dig out this area. We've already got the pipes here. We could dig back in here. So again, as I said, in between episodes, I might facilitate that move, which would be excellent because I'll be able to move that cable too. I'll put a tesseract down behind here and just run the power directly in, and then I'll be able to smooth the roof out, the ceiling, because it is bugging me already. Alright, this is the end of the episode. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see some more of this, there's a couple of people, you may see me tweet them out. There's the Greasy Geek, he does another Let's Play similar to myself, and of course there's the pack creator Iskandar. The Iskandar's links in my description always, and I might throw the Greasy Geeks one in today's episode. And yeah, please leave your comments and let me know if you like it. Subscribe and share it around. Every comment, as I said before, every comment helps me build the way I do, and I guess helps with the channel too. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.